Go. Okay, how I check levels on a touch mix and most services. Okay, so we are here, we're on 18. So when I get up on my mic, you can see that we're in 18. You can see that it's muted here. I would also generally mute the mains as well when I'm doing it, until I check and see that my level's at a different place, because someone could have accidentally came over here and done that, and they put their ears in, and you say, check, check, check. And all of a sudden someone goes deaf, which is not good. Check, 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 check. Now, if I'm going from, the first time, I've never done it before in the past on this board or whatever, then I'm probably going to go in here. Let's say I'm Chenna, okay, and I'm going to go to Chenna's mix and make sure that her monitor's not up before I start this process. Most of the time I do this without the ears in or monitors on anyway. So then, but in a lot of cases, if you're just checking on a weekly service, your monitor may already be up. So if I'm not starting from scratch, that's okay. But I do want to check that level before they put their ears in. Okay, and then we just go in here. We're checking, check, check, check. If it's already set from the previous week on a mic and they're checking, check, 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 that's good enough. It's kind of in the area of 0. If not, we start here, check, 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 check. I normally start kind of fast, and then I slow down as I go up. Check, 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 check. I don't do this. Check, check, check. Like super slow. Check, 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 check. You're going to wear out your singer, and you're going to make everybody upset. So we're going to go here. Check, 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 check. Most mics are going to be at least around 12 o'clock, straight up on the gain. Check, check, check. Like a 58, straight up's pretty good. If you're up here, there's probably something wrong with your system. So check, 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 check. First thing I do, check levels. I'm looking at this meter, and that's telling me for a loud sound, I'm not going above 0, but I'm as close to unity as I can. Check, check, check. All right. Second thing I do is I go in and I check my high pass filter. It's on my EQ page. So I'll do that again. Check the channel, and I check EQ. If it's over there or something, I come back to the EQ tab. I check my low cut, my high pass filter. I want this to be somewhere north of 100. Why? I'm a baritone. I can sing down to 100 hertz. That's about G2 on the piano. That's the G. That's below the G, middle C, next G down. Next G down is a G2, which is darn close to 100 hertz. Most of your singers are not going to sing that, male or female, at 100 hertz. It should be 100 or above. Female vocals, I've seen, cases where I've pulled it all the way up to 200. Should be in there. Otherwise, you're going to get all the puzz and all that kind of stuff. 130 was probably a good frequency. 150 is probably just fine. 50 hertz is not good. 250 is not good. Okay, so I check that. Next thing I do is I go to my compressor. The attack time should be somewhere, 10 is not a bad place. And then this is somewhere between 100, release between 150 and 250. Even 100 is probably okay, but there's 150 ratio, depends how bad we need it. Should be somewhere between 2 to 1. 2 to 1's almost nothing on this board. 3 and 4 to 1 is a healthy amount of compression. 5 to 1 is pretty aggressive. So I'm going to put it in here right about there. I'm going to go to threshold. Threshold's the important part, and this is what I want to check. Again, and the reason I want to check compressor right now before we do any monitors or whatever is the compressor is going to affect their monitor mix. It's going to check what their level is. So we want it set so we're not changing it drastically once they do their monitor. Don't be afraid to turn this knob. People are always afraid to turn this knob. Their ears aren't in. Your mains are not on. So you can actually see what it does. So I'll see people going, okay, well, I'm being super careful. And it takes forever. No. Find out where the red is. Okay. Check, check, check. Okay, that's too much red. Check, 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 check. Okay, that's fine right there. It's somewhere in about a third, a quarter of the way. Check, check when I'm loud, and when I'm soft, look, there's almost no compression. We don't need to turn it down if it's not too loud. We need to turn it down when it's too loud. Check, check. So that's when it's too loud. So that's the three things I check. I check my gain up here. Then I check my low cut right there. And then I check my compressor. Make sure that all my settings here make sense. Female vocals, I'll almost always have a de-esser on. And then male vocalists that put too much S in, I'll do that. And then I set my threshold so that check, check, check. I'm somewhere between a third and a half on my reduction meter. After I do that, then I can check my monitor. Start low. See, we've got a mute here. That means it's being muted from somewhere else. It's here. We can start low, check, 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 till they get it to the place where they like it. Check, check, check. And then the last thing that I do is test my mains. I do my monitors and my levels with my mains off. Not everybody agrees, but you know, not everyone likes being right. So there you have it.